afternoon, and thanks for watching News 3 Now at 4. A lot of breaking news to get to at this hour, including new orders from Governor Tony Evers and changes at the UW.
Good afternoon, everybody, and an update on the number of cases in Dane County and the rest of Wisconsin. So let's begin tonight with our Amanda Quintana, who is here with the latest numbers. Amanda?
Yes, we've had 25 new positive cases over the last day. So there are now 72 positive cases of coronavirus in Wisconsin. That includes just one patient who has recovered. 19 of those cases are here in Dane County. The biggest news out of today's update is that there is evidence of community spread in Dane, Milwaukee, and Kenosha counties. That means people who are testing positive haven't had contact with someone else known to have the virus, and they haven't traveled to an area with community transmission. Still, with limited supplies to complete the hundreds of tests being turned in each day, priority is on those that are high risk.
Not everyone needs a test. People that don't have any symptoms have no reason to get a COVID-19 test. And people who have minimal symptoms like the common cold also likely don't need a test.
To prevent even more spread, Evers is making some changes, ordering a moratorium on gatherings of 10 people or more, ordering all bars and restaurants to close at 5 o'clock tonight, only allowing takeout and delivery at those restaurants, and expanding the statewide school closure to make it indefinite. Schools were previously scheduled to be closed until at least April 6th, but Evers says that is not realistic anymore. Now, all Wisconsin schools are closed without a date to reopen.
All right, Amanda, thank you. More breaking news this afternoon. UW-Madison will not resume face-to-face classes for the rest of the semester due to the coronavirus. All classes will be taught with alternate instruction online. That'll start March 23rd. Students unable to return home or have difficulty accessing the web will be able to stay in dormitories. Limited dining services will continue. Officials say they'll share more information on commencement plans in the near future.
A group called the Kindness Caravan is working to deliver free lunches to children and families in the Janesville area. The group is run out of St. Paul's Lutheran Church in Janesville and has already sent out hundreds of lunches. They say as the district prepares its own plan, they could move into grocery deliveries for seniors. But for now, it's about helping families that need it.
We've had families come and take sometimes 6, 7 lunches. And that's how many kids they have at home. And to just think that those 6 or 7 kids couldn't eat that day, I can't even fathom that.
The group is in need of volunteer help, and if you'd like to, we have a link to them on our website, channel3000.com.
Hospitals and clinics across the country are bracing for a surge in patients as the daily numbers of coronavirus cases continues to rise. Many say they don't have enough medical equipment to keep up. Bonnie Castiello is the executive director of the National Nurses United. One of their main concerns, a shortage of N95 masks that can filter out 95% of airborne particles. Today, Vice President Mike Pence offered a solution.
We would urge construction companies to donate their inventory of N95 masks to your local hospital.
What's worrying the healthcare industry the most is an unexpected critical shortage of hospital beds as the virus spreads. President Trump promised the Army Corps of Engineers is ready to start building field hospitals in coronavirus hotspots. So far, only about 60,000 Americans have been tested for the virus. The Association of Public Health Labs says some of the chemical ingredients used in those tests are in short supply, including here in Wisconsin. One of the companies that makes the chemical says they've increased production to 7 days a week to keep up with the demand.
Due to those fears, SSM Health, UW Health, and Unity Point Health Meriter are postponing non-life-threatening, non-urgent surgeries and procedures. Teams are reaching out to the affected patients. Well, people in every industry are touched by this pandemic, including our first responders. Amy Reed joins us now to explain what they are doing to stay safe. Amy?
Here at Fire Station 1, their number one concern is the community, but still when fire and EMS goes out on calls, they wear personal protective equipment like gloves and masks. 911 dispatchers are also making sure to ask callers if they're experiencing any flu-like symptoms. If they are, firefighters and EMTs will also wear goggles and gowns, and it's the same for our police officers. These first responders depend on this gear to keep themselves safe, and there's only so much of them and the gear to go around, so they want you to keep that in mind before you call 911.
One big thing that we would ask of the community is to be thoughtful about your 911 use during this time. So if you're an otherwise healthy adult that has some flu-like symptoms, we ask that you maybe don't use 911, but try to get yourself care in a different manner.
He said, for instance, if you have a family member that could take you to urgent care, please ask them. Of course, if you do need emergency help, still call. They also told me that while coronavirus-related calls have increased, people staying home more has led to fewer of the other types of calls that they have to go on. So there's a little bit of a silver lining there as we deal with all of this other news.
Yeah, that's for sure. Amy Reed reporting live. Amy, thank you.
The White House and the Senate are negotiating another economic stimulus package to combat the economic fallout of the coronavirus crisis. Meanwhile, President Trump continues to urge all Americans to avoid going out unnecessarily. There are now more than 5,000 confirmed cases of COVID-19 in the U.S., and at least 100 Americans have died. Natalie Brand has more details from the White House.
The U.S. Senate has vowed it will not leave Washington until it passes legislation to address the coronavirus crisis.
Senate Republicans, in conjunction with the administration, are going to write a next bill. We will then discuss with the Democrats what we can agree to pass.
Some lawmakers are proposing adult Americans receive checks for at least $1,000 to ease the economic impact of the pandemic.
That idea has a lot more resonance with our members than does, for example, a payroll tax cut.
We're looking at sending checks to Americans immediately.
Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin headed to Capitol Hill to discuss the plan with lawmakers. While talks are ongoing, CBS News has confirmed the administration is considering an at least $850 billion stimulus proposal that could include a payroll tax cut, small business loans, and a bailout for the airline industry.
President Trump has held meetings today with restaurant and tourism executives, two of the industries hardest hit by this ongoing crisis.
One of the world's largest hotel chains, Marriott, is furloughing tens of thousands of workers and closing hotels worldwide. Restaurants and bars continue to close across the nation, switching to carry-out and drive-through service only. And some retailers are implementing seniors-only shopping hours to protect those most at risk.
Enjoy your home. Stay.
More than 7 million residents in the San Francisco Bay Area have been mandated to shelter in place. Other states have either implemented or are considering curfews. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
And Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin says the stock market will remain open, but it could move to reduced hours. Stocks trended upwards Tuesday after days of volatility. When the final bell sounded, the Dow Industrials ended up 1,048 points, closing at 21,237. The NASDAQ gained 430. The S&P 500 added 143.
Well, since midnight, foreign travelers coming from the UK and Ireland have been banned from entering the U.S. The two countries were added to the restricted list after experiencing a surge in coronavirus cases. We are at war, is what French President Emmanuel Macron told his country, as he announced that as of noon today, French people should only go outdoors to buy necessities or to get to work. Restaurants and cafes have been closed, and in Britain, too, the Prime Minister announced new measures.
It looks as though we're now approaching the fast growth part of the upward curve, and without drastic action, cases could double every 5 or 6 days.
To slow it down, people in the UK are being encouraged to avoid public spaces, though pubs, restaurants, and some gyms remain open. Spain, which saw an explosion of cases last week, is virtually shut down. And travel between European countries is being restricted with long waits at borders that only weeks ago were wide open. Italy, which has been especially hard hit, as you know, is still struggling to bring the infection rate under control.
School closures in 37 states, including Wisconsin, affect more than 37 million kindergarten through 12th graders. Some families are struggling to adjust as the coronavirus crisis grows. On the East Coast, in New York City, there is a 5-week closure of the country's largest public school district, serving more than 1 million students. That's leaving officials scrambling to assure child care for emergency personnel and healthcare workers. Another major concern is making sure students don't go hungry. More than 70% live in poverty, so free breakfast and lunch is being offered at all New York City public schools.
2 meals I don't have to provide, which is 2 meals I can provide another day.
City schools are also moving to online classes next week, but even the head of New York's public schools says some 300,000 kids don't have electronic devices or internet access at home. New Jersey's governor ordered all schools in the state to close by tomorrow. Shifting gears now, let's check out the weather. Dana's in the backyard enjoying the sunshine.
Yeah, it turned out to be actually a really pleasant day outside. We have sun. Here's a live look right now with our Edgewater sky cam. It feels very pleasant, very spring-like. We are in the mid-40s, just a little bit above average for this afternoon with a small breeze coming from the west-southwest. Now, our radar is quiet right now, but overnight we are going to have some light rain and light snow showers developing. That snow threat, though, was really well north and east of Madison. Temperatures overnight falling to the low 30s, and we are expecting tomorrow a little more rain to hang around. But we will take a closer look at that rain threat building on in just a few minutes. Right now on the roads, we aren't seeing any major delays, truly. Here's the Beltline at Park Street. No accidents to report. Even the eastbound side of the Beltline looks nice and smooth. I think a lot of folks right now staying at home. The interstate should be smooth. So from Janesville to the Beltline, 25 minutes, 17 minutes to get from Sauk City to Middleton, and Sun Prairie to downtown, about 14 minutes on this sunny evening.
New cars come with some life-saving equipment, but what you're getting can be confusing.
I know what it's doing.
That's because each automaker uses their own names for them.
Confusion is about to end, though, as Consumer Reports tells us manufacturers have agreed to universal names. We'll have more on that when we come back.
Introducing Top Tracer, the new golf ball tracking and gaming system at the golf range of Vitense Golfland. Top Tracer gathers data for every shot. Compete against friends in a point game or play a virtual round of golf. Experience Top Tracer at Vitense Golfland.
Let me introduce me.
Cuts, colors, braids, and fades. We stand for style. Cost Cutter Salons.
#1 in color in Wisconsin.
I suffered with psoriasis for so long.
I felt gross. People were afraid I was contagious.
I was covered from head to toe. I was afraid to show my skin.
It was kind of a shock after I started Cosentyx. I wasn't covered anymore.
4 years clear.
5 years now.
I just look and feel better.
See me.
Cosentyx works fast to give you clear skin that can last. Real people with psoriasis look and feel better with Cosentyx. Don't use if you're allergic to Cosentyx. Before starting, get checked for tuberculosis. An increased risk of infections and lowered ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor about an infection or symptoms. If your inflammatory bowel disease symptoms develop or worsen, or if you've had a vaccine or plan to, serious allergic reactions may occur.
I look and feel better with Cosentyx.
5 years is just crazy.
See me.
Ask your dermatologist if Cosentyx could help you move past the pain of psoriasis.
It's a force of nature. It's your new Jeep from Don Miller. Now with the Jeep Celebration event, you'll save big on all remaining new 2019 Jeep Wranglers in stock. Get your own Don Miller deal with rebates and incentives. You'll get up to $5,500 off MSRP. Rough it in style in your all-new 2020 Jeep Gladiator. Lease for $249 per month, 36 months, 10,000 miles per year, $39.99. Due at signing. The Jeep Celebration event on now at Don Miller, Madison and Dane County's Jeep headquarters. Odana Road, Madison.
Don Miller.
This is Jill Karofsky's arena, and she doesn't mess around. As a prosecutor and now a trial court judge, Jill has locked up criminals and protected our families. This is also Jill's arena, a 2-time Ironman triathlete. No one outworks her. Now Jill is entering this arena, running for the Supreme Court to stop corruption and the influence of big money special interests.
Whether you're a violent criminal or a corrupt politician, I will hold you accountable.
Fair, tough, independent. Jill Karofsky for Supreme Court.
After 30 years, Wisconsin Craft Market is closing its doors forever. Get unbelievable craft deals now. Shop our going out of business sale. Hurry in for the best selection at Wisconsin Craft Market.
It's fun for everyone at Vitense Golfland. Escape winter and enjoy Madison's premier indoor miniature golf course where all ages putt and play. 18 fun Madison-themed holes, remote control boats, and arcade. Offer a great time with friends and family and for special events. Only at Vitense Golfland.
Download the Channel 3000 First Warn Weather app today.
Well, it is the end of an era in Boston.
Boy, that is for sure. Quarterback Tom Brady says he is leaving the New England Patriots to begin a new stage of his life. The 42-year-old, who many consider the greatest quarterback of all time, made the announcement on social media this morning. He thanked Patriots fans, and he wrote, "I don't know what my football future holds, but it is time for me to open a new stage of my life and career." Brady played 20 years for the Patriots, winning 6 Super Bowls and setting more than 50 NFL records and racking up 249 total career wins, more than any player. His stunning list of accomplishments also includes four Super Bowl and 3 league MVP awards.
I think it's just a ploy to get more money from New England?
That was a big shocker today, wasn't it? Or maybe people in the know expected that to come. I was surprised by that.
Yeah. Team can pick him up on Wednesday.
Yeah, that's right. Well, coronavirus, as you know, is having a huge impact on the economy, but it is also making it cheaper to fill your gas tank.
Across the country, prices have dropped about 19 cents in just the past month. Right now in Madison, a regular gallon of gas is hovering around $2, down about 26 cents from a month ago. The cost of oil is a big reason why. It's been falling ever since Saudi Arabia decided to increase supply.
Right now, we're seeing crude oil trend about $30 a barrel. When you compare that to last year, when we were seeing closer to $70 a barrel, you can certainly see how that difference makes a big impact at the pump.
AAA says drivers in several southern states are currently paying less than $2 a gallon for gas, and more states will be joining them. That's good news for people who are struggling financially because of the coronavirus. Well, buying a car involves making lots of decisions, and the advanced safety features can be confusing.
Josh Spreiter in Consumer Reports explains why it might be easier now to understand.
Do you know what safety features your car is equipped with?
Blind spot monitor.
It's if a car is getting too close to you, it beeps you.
Rear view camera.
Some names may sound familiar, others not so much. And when you stack them up together, advanced safety terminology can get downright confusing.
The names of all these systems are completely all across the map right now. There's a lot of confusion for owners of these vehicles that are trying to drive and use these systems as to what they do, what they don't do, and even how to get them on their vehicle if they want them.
Currently, 93% of new vehicles offer at least one advanced safety system, such as automatic emergency braking or blind spot warning. But AAA research shows that consumers may encounter as many as 20 different names for the same advanced safety feature. Take blind spot warnings, for example. Honda calls their blind spot warning blind spot information system. Toyota calls theirs blind spot monitor, and on some GM models it's called lane change alert.
So if they were all called the same thing, then consumers would be able to understand what these technologies are doing and also be able to walk into a dealer and get a technology on their car that they want and be able to use it potentially for safety on the road.
And there's some good news for consumers. In January, the Department of Transportation endorsed Consumer Reports' list of proposed standardized names. While this endorsement doesn't mean that automakers will be forced to use the new names, CR says it's a step in the right direction.
The next step, of course, is for all automakers to make these critical safety technologies standard across every vehicle that they make.
Until then, you can check out Consumer Reports' Car Safety and Efficiency page to see a list of all available vehicle safety features and what each one does. For Consumer Reports, this is Josh Spreiter with News 3 Now.
Thank you, Josh. And if you're in the market for a new car, Consumer Reports strongly recommends looking for a vehicle with automatic emergency braking, pedestrian detection, forward collision warning, and blind spot warning.
All good stuff.
Yeah.
All right, still to come at 4, more and more people are self-quarantined because of COVID-19, and some people are already getting bored.
Yeah, it's day 2. How's everybody doing?
Day 2.
Day 2 with the kids at home. Oh, I'm feeling for all of my friends who have their kids home from school. We'll look at some of the more creative ways that people are coming up with to beat the quarantine after Dana's forecast.
Outlets at the Dells in the center of water park heaven. With 60 of the world's biggest brands, we thrill the trendsetters and all who love a smokin' hot discount. Save even more on the best of spring with 25% off. Visit outletsatthedells.com for coupon and details.
I wanted my hepatitis C gone.
I put off treating mine.
Epclusa treats all main types of chronic hep C. Whatever your type, Epclusa could be your kind of cure.
I just found out about mine.
I knew for years.
Epclusa has a 98% overall cure rate.
I had no symptoms of hepatitis C.
Mine caused liver damage.
Epclusa Epclusa is only one pill, once a day, taken with or without food for 12 weeks. Before starting Epclusa, your doctor will test if you have had hepatitis B, which may flare up and could cause serious liver problems during and after treatment. Tell your doctor if you have had hepatitis B, other liver or kidney problems, HIV or other medical conditions, and all medicines you take, including herbal supplements. Taking amiodarone with Epclusa may cause a serious slowing of your heart rate. Common side effects include headache and tiredness. Ask your doctor today if Epclusa is your kind of cure.
Once weekly Ozempic is helping many people with type 2 diabetes like James lower their blood sugar. A majority of adults who took Ozempic reached an A1C under 7 and maintained it.
Here's your A1C.
Oh, my A1C is under 7.
And you may lose weight. Adults who took Ozempic lost on average up to 12 pounds.
I lost almost 12 pounds.
Oh.
For those also with known heart disease, Ozempic lowers the risk of major cardiovascular events such as heart attack, stroke, or death.
It lowers the risk.
Oh.
And I only have to take it once a week.
Oh. Ozempic is not for people with type 1 diabetes or diabetic ketoacidosis. Do not share needles or pens. Don't reuse needles. Do not take Ozempic if you have a personal or family history of medullary thyroid cancer, multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2, or if you are allergic to Ozempic. Stop taking Ozempic and get medical help right away if you get a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, itching, rash, or trouble breathing. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Tell your doctor if you have diabetic retinopathy or vision changes. Taking Ozempic with a sulfonylurea or insulin may increase low blood sugar risk. Common side effects are nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, stomach pain, and constipation. Some side effects can lead to dehydration, which may worsen kidney problems.
Once weekly Ozempic is helping me reach my blood sugar goal.
You may pay as little as $25 per prescription. Ask your healthcare provider today about once weekly Ozempic.
Outlets at the Dells in the center of water park heaven. With 60 of the world's biggest brands, we thrill the trendsetters and all who love a smoking hot discount. Save even more on the best of spring with 25% off. Visit outletsatthedells.com for coupon and details.
Take a look at this. While many area festivities for St. Patrick's Day have been canceled, one yearly tradition went on as planned. The city of New London, Wisconsin officially changed signs, becoming New Dublin. The annual parade and all other events were canceled today due to the coronavirus. This is the 36th year the local leprechauns have made the sign change, and folks in New Dublin are happy. At least the sign is still changing. Speaking of St. Patrick's Day, today is also National Corned Beef and Cabbage Day.
Do you like it? Are you a fan?
No, it's too salty for me.
Oh, I love it. This classic combo pairs beef preserved in that salty brine Mark's talking about. That's actually what the corn part of it means, and a side of cabbage. Truth be told, it's more of an Irish-American thing, and folks in Ireland don't really claim it as their own, but it sure does pair well with a pint of green beer when you're celebrating the luck of the Irish.
I like Reuben. That's sort of,
yeah.
That's the same thing, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, by the way. We haven't even had a chance to say that yet.
Quite a day.
It has been.
And Dana's over in the Weather Center wearing green. I forgot.
I remembered, and you didn't, Mark.
Yeah,
Mark forgot. I know. So, yes, you wear green today. You can celebrate if you're staying home. It's not a bad evening to be outside. Just practice your distancing, of course. The next few days, we're looking at some rain chances building in. We'll look at your full forecast right after the break.
Now, a WISC-TV editorial with editorial director Neil Heinen.
We have a lot of work to do during this unprecedented health crisis to stay safe, to be smart, come together and address our shared concerns. Yes, it's hard to know where to start, but what's most important is to simply start. Nonprofits and small businesses all need our attention and our support. More on nonprofits tomorrow, but one way of reducing the strain on nonprofits is to help local businesses stay in business and keep folks working and on the payroll. Many businesses are doing everything they can to adhere to health guidelines and still keep their doors open. Restaurants in particular are struggling with restrictions on number of patrons, customer comfort with social distancing, perishable food, and disposable income worries. Many are offering takeout and drive-by pickup options. Some are sending more food to pantries and nonprofits that need it, and others are discounting prices. All that's required of us is some intentional thinking and planning. You can find updated lists of businesses responding to the crisis on channel3000.com. Support them. It's important all of us stay in business.
We are the Thrivers. Women with metastatic breast cancer, standing in the struggle, hustling through the hurt, asking for science, not sorries. Our time for more time has come. Living longer is possible and proven in women taking Kisqali plus fulvestrant or a non-steroidal aromatase inhibitor. Kisqali is the only treatment in its class with proven overall survival results in 2 clinical trials, helping women live longer with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer. Kisqali was also significantly more effective at delaying disease progression versus a non-steroidal aromatase inhibitor or fulvestrant alone. Kisqali can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious liver problems and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection, are or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Kisqali is not approved for use with tamoxifen. It's our time to continue to shine because we are the Thrivers. Ask your doctor about Kisqali, the only treatment in its class proven to help women live longer in 2 clinical trials.
When looking for a TV and internet provider, we know you have a choice. This is Jessica. She still has satellite TV.
Well, I get tons of HD.
Spectrum has tons of HD, and we love Spectrum's 24-hour local news channel. Plus, we get exclusive access to premium original content with Spectrum Originals.
I don't have that.
Get Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Call 833-976-4499.
Spectrum Internet starts at 200 megabits with no data caps and a free modem.
We have to get internet from another company, and it isn't nearly as fast.
Spectrum Internet, $44.99 a month.
I'd switch, but I'm stuck in a contract and would have to pay up to $480 to cancel.
Spectrum has no contracts, and they'll pay up to $500 to help you out of yours.
That's it. I'm switching to Spectrum.
Get Spectrum TV and internet from $44.99 a month each. Call 833-976-4499.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Today, certainly lovely outside. This evening, staying really pleasant, but some unsettled weather will be developing overnight. A chance for rain and maybe some light snow well north and east of Madison coming in for us overnight. Tomorrow, the showers will continue. We'll have rounds of rain with a few isolated thunderstorms for Thursday. This will all come to an end early Friday morning. Overnight, maybe mixing with a little more light snow before ending as we head into the day on Friday. It'll be a little windy outside for Friday, but at least we're out of here with the precipitation. So we had some high pressure just to the south today, keeping things really nice for almost all of Wisconsin into northern Illinois. Our breeze from the southwest gave us some really pleasant temperatures. Our next opportunity for some rain and storms starting to gain a little more steam off to the west. We're expecting those showers just to continue to push east, and we'll see rain throughout most of the Midwest for the next several days. So I want to start off with a bit of a broader look so you can see this system as it builds on in. Around midnight, we'll start to see some lighter rain showers in the very southwest corner of the state, and that will likely mix with some snowfall heading into early Wednesday morning. Accumulation totals, though, will be very minor and mainly just north and east of Madison where we'll see anything stick. Showers expected to the south with heavier rain showers down into central Illinois and further south, but we'll just be dealing with some lighter rain, potentially a few isolated heavier showers, but not much of a thunderstorm threat for Wednesday. So there is a break there after that system passes through on Wednesday, and then the better opportunity for rain organizes as we head into Thursday. And Thursday, we are going to have a better chance for some isolated thunderstorms as that heavier rain lifts into southern Wisconsin. Behind this, heading into Friday morning, we see a little bit of light snow passing through early in the morning on Friday, but this is out of here by about 9-10 o'clock in the morning. It's not an all-day long event, and we get some clearing behind that. Skies might clear up a little bit in the afternoon. Right now, again, our breeze is coming from the southwest. Skies start to become cloudy the closer we get to midnight, with our rain chances developing early in the morning. This will likely mix with some snow, expecting the the wintry mix to pass through, as temperatures will be in the mid to low 30s around that time. Now, light snow accumulation possible northeast of Madison, but it's just really not going to happen for the rest of us. The ground's pretty warm right now, and as this transitions over to rain, that's going to eat away at any accumulating snow. Cloudy skies heading into Wednesday evening. We could have a few isolated showers in the evening, but mostly a break until that bigger rain event moves in for early Thursday morning. Thursday, we have a few isolated showers, and then the heavier rain is going to develop late morning and into the afternoon. We'll see those stronger showers possibly mixed with a few isolated thunderstorms. So that light snow threat we were talking about, again, north of Madison, areas towards the Dells, we could see some isolated areas get close to about an inch and a half, but those higher totals likely not going to happen with the snow passing through, just because temperatures aren't going to be able to support that much accumulation. So not a big rain event coming in, and then our not a big snow event coming in. Our rainfall totals will be around right about an inch and a half. So thankfully, that's rain and not snow. Precipitation chances likely going to stay close to, if not just a little bit above average for us. Temperatures tomorrow will be in the mid-40s for our afternoon highs. Again, a mix possible early on in the day. Otherwise, we're looking at more showers and light rain for Wednesday. A break late in the evening on Wednesday. Thursday, we'll have scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms for your first day of spring. This all comes to an end early Friday morning. We may see a little bit of clearing in the evening on Friday. Otherwise, the weekend right now will bring some sunnier skies and temperatures a little bit below average on Sunday, closer to average on Monday, with milder weather expected as we head into next week. That's a quick look at your firstborn forecast.
We need some rain, but not a lot.
No, so this is a little bit too much, I think, over the next several days.
All right. I guess we can't talk back and forth.
Yeah, it's
our distancing here. Instead of keep away, Americans are playing a game of stay away with each other, and the White House warns it could last from weeks to months.
It's all because of the coronavirus, of course, as people in this country hunker down to self-isolate. The internet is sharing some creative ways to pass the time. Some of them are very funny. Jeannie Most reports.
Going stir-crazy? How to fill those endless hours of quarantine? The internet has plenty of suggestions, from a Pac-Man-type puppet gobbling up vehicles to the fitness instructor in Spain who gave a workout class to his neighbors. To turtle tic-tac-toe, the turtle is the O, competing from permanent quarantine. In his aquarium, the turtle tanked. There were plenty of cheerleaders like Max Brooks.
This is my dad, Mel Brooks. Hi, Dad.
Urging younger folks to protect older ones, like 93-year-old Mel.
But if I give it to him, he could give it to Carl Reiner, who could give it to Dick Van Dyke. And before I know it, I've wiped out a whole generation of comedic legends.
Model Heidi Klum posted herself kissing her husband through glass, not to mention her own reflection. And Arnold Schwarzenegger trotted out a pet mini horse and donkey.
Oh, yes, that's yummy. I eat with the whiskey, and there's Lulu.
To promote eating at home, while these live-action matchsticks representing the power of social distancing caught fire online, created by Los Angeles visual artist Juan Delcan and his wife Valentina. The message everywhere: don't be a spreader.
I'm going.
Let's hope the message is contagious.
Look at this picture here.
Jeannie Most, CNN.
No biting?
New York.
No biting?
Oh, that's really cute.
It's fun. Well, there's more to come at 4. We'll give you some tips on how to manage fear during a time like this.
And then coming up tonight at 5, why some local gym owners are worried about the future of their companies as the COVID-19 crisis continues. That's coming up tonight at 5.
Red Robin's $10 bundle is back. Get one of these 3 gourmet burgers, a bottomless beverage, and bottomless fries for just $10 all day, every day. So hurry in and save a wallet full.
Red Robin.
Yum.
Where can a healthier heart lead you? For people with heart failure taking Entresto, it may lead to a world of possibilities. Entresto is a heart failure medicine prescribed by most cardiologists. It was proven superior at helping people stay alive and out of the hospital. Heart failure can change the structure of your heart, so it may not work as well. Entresto helps improve your heart's ability to pump blood to the body. And with a healthier heart, there's no telling where life may take you. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. Don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto for heart failure, and trust your heart to Entresto.
Everything you care about is in this house. Things you just can't afford to lose. And that is why we exist.
It's Ford Truck Month, and if this is your kind of day, and this is your kind of truck, then this is your month. Ford Truck Month. Now, get great deals on Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 43 years.
Like a Ford F-150 with 0 for 72 months. Or you can lease one for just $239 a month.
Red Robin's $10 bundle is back. Get one of these 3 gourmet burgers, a bottomless beverage, and bottomless fries for just $10. All day, every day. So hurry in and save a wallet full.
Robin. Yum. Tonight at 5, as stores and gyms shut down due to coronavirus, we'll tell you how people can still exercise with their favorite trainers. That's at 5.
Light rain and snow tonight will change to all rain Wednesday, and some thunderstorms are possible on Thursday. Windy and colder weather arrives Friday. My forecast at 5.
And ahead at 6, we're asking first responders what they're doing to stay safe as the number of coronavirus cases in Wisconsin grows. We'll have that story for you tonight on News 3 now at 6.
The sunshine on this St. Patrick's Day over the UW campus.
An empty campus.
Empty campus, right? There's some patches of open water there on the lake, though. So a nice sunny day. Now, hopefully you got outside and enjoyed it a little bit today. Experts at Johns Hopkins University say more than 79,000 people worldwide who contracted coronavirus have recovered.
We're hearing some of their stories. Dr. Tara Narula reports from New York City.
Excuse me, but it feels like hell. I've had the flu before. It's not even comparable. The fever is so high that you hallucinate.
AN preferred we only use her initials. She described a bout with COVID-19 that's lasted for more than 2 weeks.
I'm still having a fever, but it's coming down slowly. I'm only at about 100.8 at the moment, which is a dramatic improvement.
Initially treated at a Seattle area hospital in early March, she was not offered a test for COVID-19, but says the medical staff were concerned.
And I could see them through the window when they were preparing to come in, and they were utterly panicked, and they had no idea what they were doing. It was unnerving, to be completely honest.
From home, AN dialed into a telehealth appointment and was promptly told to report to a clinic where she was swabbed in her vehicle and confirmed for COVID-19 in under 24 hours.
It was like a weight off my shoulders, honestly. It was like, I'm not crazy.
You'll know it. You'll know it if you got it.
Across the country and still hospitalized in Rome, Georgia, Clay Bentley used a baseball analogy to describe his current state of health.
I have felt like today that I've turned third base and I'm headed home.
He says symptoms developed a day after singing with his church choir 2 weeks ago. Diagnosed with pneumonia at a local hospital the next day, he was sent home.
4 days later, I was to the point I couldn't even get out of bed. I said, I feel like y'all sent me home to die. And I said, I can't even hardly move, and I can't breathe. I can't catch my breath.
Back at the hospital, he discovered several members of his church were there, too.
And I have since found out that there were other people in that choir that's in the hospital now with coronavirus.
Now in recovery, he credits faith and family.
This has made my family very close. I mean, they can't wait for me to come home. So, but we're going to have we will have celebration very soon.
That feeling of isolation is a shared experience of the coronavirus survivors who spoke with us.
In fact, I had someone over this past Saturday night to play a board game, and that felt great.
Elizabeth Schneider believes she and a number of her friends contracted coronavirus while at a party in Seattle. She tested for COVID-19 after her symptoms had subsided.
When I had the most severe symptoms, it literally just felt like I had a different strain of the flu.
With a background in microbiology and through her own experience, she shared some advice for the anxious.
If we look at the long term here, I think things will improve, things will get better. They probably will get a little bit worse before they get better, but things will improve, life will go on.
98% of those diagnosed with COVID-19 will survive, and some survivors, like Elizabeth Schneider, are paying it forward. She's donating her blood to science so researchers can see if the blood of survivors can actually help in the development of treatments and vaccines. Dr. Tara Narula, CBS News, New York.
Well, that was reassuring to hear.
Yeah, wash your hands.
Yes.
And still to come at 4, for many, the worst part of our current pandemic is the fear of the unknown.
But there are ways to tackle that fear and anxiety and panic and to manage your mental health. We'll talk with our resident psychologist, Shila on how you can fight the fear when Live at 4 continues.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy an air conditioner. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase an air conditioner and a furnace at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
We're here at the brand new Dwellings location. I'm joined with two of the best interior designers in all of Madison, Julie and Jenny. It's such a stunning place, and you walk in and you just have this sense of creativity, and for me, I just want to change every room in my home now. So that was the goal. Right. So for people who have never been maybe in your last store or in this new store, what can they find in-house here?
So between upholstery, accessories, we can do bedroom, we have custom dining, so we really can fill almost every niche of your house. Everything is custom, so you can do different fabrics, different leathers. We have a lot of people that are looking for what we call the finishing touches, so whether it's a rug or drapery or window treatment or just a lamp, we can do that as well.
For the people who can't visualize what they need, you will come into their home for $150 and you will get them on the right track. Talk me through what that process is like.
So both of us go to your home. We talk you through the space or spaces, budget, goals for the room, colors, things you like, things you don't like, things you want to change, lighting, pieces you want to keep. Maybe you have an heirloom piece that you want to try to use. And then we invite you back into the store for a complete presentation.
So for people who think, you know what, this in-home design, I'm going to wait till I get a raise. I'm going to wait until next year. I'm going to wait until our kids are older. Not true. Don't wait.
So many of our people have a plan, and they just want a long-term goal. And so maybe they add on a rug or they add on a lamp as they go. So,
Love the space that you're in. Come and get these two designers for $150. I mean, are you kidding me? Or stop in the store. You will find something that you will fall in love with. Thanks, ladies.
Thank you. Madison's best kept $150 secret from Dwellings.
I'm Emmy Fink, and you're buzzed into Madison.
The all-new Silverado HD adds to the legendary capability of the strongest, most advanced Silverados ever. With best-in-class camera technology and larger, more functional beds than any competitor, the only truck that can compare to a Silverado is another Silverado.
Or get $7,000 total value on this Silverado without the optional camera technology package. Or during truck month, get 0% financing for 72 months plus $500 cash allowance on all Silverado 1500 Crew Cab pickups.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy an air conditioner. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase an air conditioner and a furnace at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
We'll take a quick look at our road conditions. Things are moving along quite smoothly. Here's a look at the Beltline at Park Street right now, both east and westbound going. Downtown Madison looks pretty good. Again, I think everyone is choosing to stay home, which is good news. From Janesville to the Beltline, we're at 26 minutes, 16 minutes to get from Sauk City to Middleton, and Sun Prairie to downtown at 17 minutes. this evening. That's a quick look at your first warn traffic.
It's pretty quiet out there. Thank you, Dana. Someone stepped up and helped others in these unprecedented times in Houston. Irma's Southwest Restaurant says a person came in on Monday after the county announced mandatory shutdown of bars and nightclubs. They say that person left them a $9,400 tip. On the receipt, the person wrote, quote, "Hold tip to pay you guys over the next few weeks. The staff will split the tip evenly. That means each worker will receive about $300 apiece."
Oh, is that nice?
Good people out there. In these times of tremendous uncertainty, many of us are experiencing high levels of anxiety and fear.
Yeah, a difficult combination of things is happening right now. Social distancing plus school closures and fears of job losses are having a significant impact on many people's mental health. Since many of you can't go out to see a therapist right now, we asked UW Health distinguished psychologist Shila to come to you today, and she joined us via Skype with some very good advice.
You know, I'm seeing a lot of people feeling really overwhelmed, almost like their emotional and mental bandwidth is taxed, feeling quite frightened. But we want to really work on coping strategies during this time. I say we have survived a lot of things as a species. Although these are unprecedented times that we're living through, we have great capacity within us to stay resilient and navigate. Things are going to change, at least temporarily, but if we can focus on creating a new normal, that's going to help us stay strong as well as emotionally and physically healthy.
If you know something, whether it's good news or bad news, it's easier to deal with. But the uncertainty is what is so toxic and difficult. What are some of your strategies to navigate the unknown and the fear that that brings for yourself and your children and everyone around you?
We want to really rein back our mind and work on simple practices to calm our system. So in particular, I'm really encouraging people to engage in some form of a relaxation practice or mindfulness practice daily. There are some great practices on YouTube. MyDrShila.com has free meditations on there for viewers to listen to. So think about spending at least 10 minutes, preferably 20 minutes a day, doing something calming to your system. And then we need to manage our mind. This anxiety tends to hook us, and there's social contagion. If we talk to somebody who's anxious, we get more anxious. If we're more anxious, we can spread that to others. So we want to quiet the noise in our mind. If our mind starts to spin, you can do something as simple as thought stopping. You can picture a stop sign or even putting an X over that Fodder image, and then refocus your mind on something in the moment. Something simple as noticing 5 things around you, hearing 3 things, and touching 1 thing. That helps you ground in the moment and reestablish a sense of safety. We are safe in this moment, and we need to remember that. And something as simple as some relaxation, even some slower, lower breaths, stopping the thoughts, refocusing in the moment and saying, I'm safe, I got this. You know, we can navigate these challenging times if we do it together and help one another.
And maybe, you know, when everything is closed, nature is open. Is there power in just getting outside, taking a walk, getting some fresh air? Can that be healing?
Absolutely. You know, and that's an interesting point, Susan, that nature offers us something above and beyond what human connection can offer. And certainly we want to stay connected in really creative ways, whether hosting your book club online or going for cocktails with your friend, but doing it via FaceTime or you know, video chat. We know that exercise, nature, things like getting enough sleep, prioritizing at least 7 hours of sleep, eating well, laughing, all those things keeps our immune system strong and healthy.
Well, it does feel like the perfect storm right now because people have their kids home, they're worried about potentially losing their jobs, and supplies are running low. How do you control what you can control?
First, you know, to have a little bit of perspective by maybe even thinking a year from now, how do I want to navigate this difficulty? What do I want this legacy to be that I'm leaving? And then to just focus on the next step. You know, we don't know what the future has. Focus on the next step. What's one thing I can focus on today that's within my control? And I think we're going to get through this much more effectively through this time if we do it together. And so you also might think about get out of your own struggles and just help somebody. You know, help the neighbor. My neighbors brought me a bowl of soup yesterday. They actually had to leave it outside their door, and I had to pick it up, but it was something simple that made my day. Maybe you call somebody who's struggling.
And finally, just to sort of end on a positive note, do you think maybe this is a teachable moment for all of us to be more present, to not take things for granted so much? You know, you almost have to go through an experience like this to realize in so many ways how lucky so many of us are. And maybe that'll be the silver lining that comes out of these difficult days, do you think?
Absolutely. Really well put, Susan. I think we've taken for granted the tremendous freedom, mobility, you know, the ways we've been able to navigate the world and how that can just like that be taken. I also think we recognize the interdependence of us all, that events that happen halfway around the country in China are now ending up in our own home. And so we have this opportunity to awaken really more presence, more kind of their innate capacities for compassion and kindness and care, and really bring us back to the core of what it means to be human on this planet. And so we want to write a story that generations from now will be proud of, you know, that they can look back at this time and hit the history books and say, yeah, these are my people, you know. And so we just encourage people to, you know, focus on what they can make out of this time.
Shila says it's also very important, if you're feeling overwhelmed, take a break from social media or listening to the news if it's just getting to be too much for you. Connect with friends and family, even if technology is the only way to do it right now. And she says, remember, you are not alone in this. We are all experiencing similar feelings, and we have great capacity within us to stay resilient. I love the way she put that, and that's a good thing to remember.
I feel better already.
Yeah.
And remember, this is not going to go on forever.
No, that's right.
There will be an end to this someday.
And if you need support, the psychologists and psychiatrists across the city are doing tele-appointments.
Right.
We're making the most of technology right now, so help is available if you need it.
Yeah, if you need it, seek help.
Yeah.
We'll be right back with the final check of your forecast.
Ready to roll playback?
The time is right to do something nice for your home. Why not replace your gutters with LeafGuard, the only gutter system that has earned the Good Housekeeping seal of approval? Hi, I'm Andrew Larson, owner of Larson Home Services. LeafGuard's patented one-piece seamless design keeps leaves and debris out, which means no more clogs, guaranteed. LeafGuard carries a lifetime warranty, so your home's foundation will be protected forever, and our customers couldn't be happier.
They're the best. I don't have to worry about the gutters getting clogged up with the seeds, the branches, the dirt, the roof sheddings, and it's just one less worry for me.
And right now, save big on your new LeafGuard brand gutter system and get some incredible extras. Take 50% off installation labor, get free financing for 12 months, and call before this program is over and get a $100 Visa gift card with your new LeafGuard gutter system. Don't wait. Call now to schedule your free estimate.
People were afraid I was contagious. I felt gross.
It was kind of a shock after I started Cosentyx. 4 years clear.
Real people with psoriasis look and feel better with Cosentyx. Don't use if you're allergic to Cosentyx. Before starting, get checked for tuberculosis. An increased risk of infections and lowered ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor about an infection or symptoms. If your inflammatory bowel disease symptoms develop or worsen, or if you've had a vaccine or plan to, serious allergic reactions may occur. Ask your dermatologist about Cosentyx.
Keep your wood floors looking their best with any of Surgenian's 3 hassle-free, dustless, and eco-friendly systems. Options include deep cleaning, clean screen and recoat, or dust-free sanding. Restore your wood floors today. Local, sustainable Surgenians.
Hi everyone, Wednesday morning. Hattie will have what you need to know about what's looking like a wet day in her first warned forecast. And concerns about the coronavirus are leaving state blood supplies critically low. We'll have all the latest updates on the virus starting at 4:30.
Russian intruders are making their moves on social media to disrupt U.S. elections.
This blurry distinction between foreign and domestic groups pose a lot of challenges to tech platforms.
Can they be stopped? News 3 Now investigates Thursday at 10.
So far this evening, still really pleasant outside. A nice spring night for this Tuesday. Now, we are going to have some shower chances build in overnight, so I want to take a quick look at our future track. Clouds building in by midnight. We're mostly cloudy. We will start off Wednesday early in the morning with some light snow falling for Dane County, but that will all lift northeast by about 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, and that's why we're not going to see a lot of snow accumulation. The temperature's just not cooperating enough to see any of that stick through the day, and then showers expected as we head into Thursday and Friday morning as well. Temperatures overnight landing at about 33 for tomorrow morning.
Find the umbrella. Thank you, Dana. Tomorrow on Live at 4, Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company will answer your calls live.
And we're going to check in with a local restaurateur to see how his business is dealing with this pandemic. That's coming up tomorrow on Live at 4.